All right, I think we are now getting started. Hopefully. Welcome everybody to the live stream. AMC. I think today might be the day that AMC is going to break out. Give me just a moment here, just setting up everything. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't know why I struggle so much with these live streams, but I think we are a go. Send this to the Discord here. Delete this. All right. I think we are live. Can anybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? AMC family, where you at? Let's see. Just one sec. Yep. All right. Welcome, John. Welcome, everybody else. All right. So I decided to make the stream today because it felt like, you know, AMC is starting to break out. I was really surprised because, again, we started off the day pretty red, and out of nowhere, I just saw this thing start skyrocketing, 14, 15%. A little bit of a sell-off, but guys, this is pretty promising. I want to know in the comment section, not even the comment section, but go ahead and just post it in the chat, what everyone's entry points are for AMC, and what are your exit points? How long are you going to be holding? So, of course, just complete, full-on transparency. You know, I was very late into getting into AMC. So I bought in way early on when this thing was, you know, basically just getting ready to start ripping, and it was right after the entire sell-off that we saw back in January. That is when I decided to get back into AMC, and that's when it all started. So, you know, currently sitting at 54.58. That's pretty crazy to me. Just in the last, you know, 5 days or so, we've seen this thing go all the way from $25 a share to more than double in just the last 5 days. So again, I really think that this is only the beginning for AMC. I've seen all the price predictions, the price targets, and what people are looking at are the options expiring. So all these option plays that people have, lots of bullish contracts, which again should give us more conviction and basically, again, just help us have that conviction for AMC and hold on strong as this thing has its volatile movement. Lots of ups and downs, but again, I think the breakout is only going to start beginning. So right now, sitting at $53.84. Once the shorts start covering their positions, guys, I really think that this thing is going to start skyrocketing. And, you know, I've seen all the different price predictions. We've seen $100. We've seen, you know, $500, $1,000, even $100,000. And could it be that AMC actually reaches these levels? It is very well possible. Again, the 100,000 would mean that it has the biggest market cap in the entire, like everything combined, you know, stock market, bonds, all of these things all in one, which of course is not very sensible. But again, if we see things like AMC at $100, AMC at 200, 500, I think those are all possibilities just based off what we saw earlier this year with the short squeeze in January. Let me go ahead and see who's all the people who are in the comments. Oh, yeah. All the people who are in the comments. So who do we have? John, welcome, my man. Devin, my dude, you are awesome. Thank you for all that you do. You're my pleasure, my man. Brexy, when does the rapid growth of Shiba begin? Because the last one was by whales. And then Bouncy Bear, I hope it does break out. Been holding for 170 shares since January at 15. Yeah, again, I think really the beginning is only just getting started when it comes to AMC. Because if we look at what I always like to, it's a completely different company, but what I like to parallel AMC to always is GameStop. What happened with GameStop is a great comparator and great just basically price mirror to what is potential for AMC. So as we saw GameStop back in January, guys, we reached all the way up to pretty much that's where we're at right now with AMC, between that $50 to $60 range. And as soon as the shorts had to start covering and all of the fear of missing out started appearing, this thing squeezed over 400, 500% in the span of how many days? Look at it. 5 days. It was actually a 4-day span where the market, it was just green day after green day after green day. And I think that really it's sensible that this can potentially happen for AMC as well, right? And we can't look at things like technical analysis. This is all beyond that. Right now, what we're trying to look for is the shorts to start covering, because we're keeping the price afloat. We're keeping this thing extremely overvalued. And of course, right now it definitely is, right? I seen the news articles. I'm right there with you guys. AMC worth about half its skyrocketing stock price. Who cares what the media is saying? We are not looking at fundamentals. We are not looking at anything when it comes to, all these different things. But it's worth about half, and this is what Trey Trades. So if anyone knows who Trey Trades is, he is the ape of the apes, basically. He's the king of the apes, I should say. So Trey, he said here, the host of Trey Trades, said the fundamental value for the company shares is between $20 to $25 at the end of 2021. Makes sense, right? Based off forecasts, based off fundamentals and technicals. I think most retail investors understand this, and this is not the true fundamental value of AMC. Very sensible. I'm with you there. The 23-year-old Collins uses social media to document his investments in the stock market, and has become the de facto mediator between AMC and its largest shareholder base, who call themselves the apes. So I know for all the apes that are tuning in right now to the live stream, we are 66 members. So shout out to every single one of you apes. Guys, again, in my opinion, what is going to happen with AMC is going to be fascinating. I think we're going to see something much beyond what we saw with GameStop back in January, right? A lot of you, including myself, we bought into things like GameStop, knowing, hey, the true fundamental value is not really that significant. It's a dying industry when it comes to what? GameStop. And similar to AMC, the movie theaters in general, it's sad to say, but especially with the pandemic and how it hit everyone, it slowly but surely became a dying industry, right? Not enough people were going to the movie theaters. They were actually losing money month over month throughout the entire pandemic. But regardless, I think, again, when we think about the true potential for a short squeeze based off how the apes and the retail investors are finally taking control. Look at this, guys. This is the doing of who? The retail investors, right? So right now I'm looking at the 5-day chart. Let's look at the 1-month chart. Look how long it took. But basically, if you got in way over here at $8 to $9, boom, you've made some fantastic gains just in this short amount of a 1-month time span. It's because people aren't sick and tired of being sick and tired. They're tired of always having these hedge funds, these big institutional investors, all these individuals who have so much more money than we all do, being able to control the market, right? Being able to short stocks, being able to do all these types of things. That is what we're trying to overcome, and hopefully one day we will overcome it. And this is going to be one example of that, a timestamp in history. Just like what GameStop did. This was a timestamp. Millionaires were made from GameStop back in January 2021. Again, now we're midway through the year, and I truly, wholeheartedly believe millionaires have already been made, and millionaires will be made from AMC Holdings. And that is why I bought into AMC. As you guys know, I mentioned it earlier on the stream, I actually bought into AMC at a pretty high price point, right? I got in early, I sold off my position, just because, again, it was a quick trade, 30-40% gains, and then I bought back in earlier this week. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Maybe it was on Wednesday or Tuesday when the first breakout occurred. I bought solely based off who? Because of how bullish and how excited my man Trey Trades was about AMC. I bought in right at $39 a share, guys. All my friends and family members that I told about my trade were like, are you crazy? Are you ridiculous? $39 for AMC? I was like, guys, I'm doing it and we'll see what happens. Felt more like a gamble, sure, but guess what? Literally, as soon as I bought in at market open, you could call it luck, you can call it whatever you want. But as soon as I bought in, our market opened, and yes, this was June 2nd, right here. This was my entry point for AMC. This thing went all the way up to what? $70.46. And I was like, sheesh, I almost literally just doubled my money over the span of a few seconds. Literally, it took no time. And I was like, whoa, I just made so much money. I was super happy. So guess what I did? I sold some for profits, but I kept the rest in. Because guys, I literally believe in this entire movement, right? Ape Nation. The apes are the ones who are in control right now. We are literally doing this. We as retail investors are creating this price action. Look at the power when we bind together, when we all come together as one big unit, right? Because you look at the hedge funds and look at these institutional investors, they're a big group of individuals. They're very wealthy, very powerful folks. But when we come in as not one retail investor, not two, right? I'm gonna call you guys out as the apes in the comment section about the dip holding 500 share. That's Dre. Shout out to Dre, man. Dre, 500 trades in one account and 375 in another account on AMC. Diamond hands, baby. Of course, I have plenty of Shiba also. Shout out to the Shiba Inu investors as well. Guys, you know, I always cover Shiba Inu on the channel. Love cryptocurrency. But today, the focus is on AMC because, guys, I really think the breakout is approaching. It can literally happen at any moment. Yes, put your apes emojis in the chat because, guys, this is only the start. So buying it at $39, look what the FUD also created, right? So there was the whole issue that happened, came all the way back to $39, literally at my entry point, which I got into 24 hours before that. If you bought the dip, congratulations to you because right now you're already up, 30-40% from the dip and the potential is so high. So again, for everybody that is just joining the stream, please give it a like so we can get it out to more people because the more people we have, the more people will get to see the potential for AMC, right? And of course, there's always going to be the fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the comment section, and people will always spread FUD, but that's not what we're here about. We're here to look at the price action and the potential for a squeeze. And for AMC right now, guys, it looks like it is getting ready for a breakout. Omega says, I haven't sold a single share since January. Look at that. A lot of people were bag holding. And guess what? To the bag holders, you're being rewarded now for all your patience. And that's what it is. The stock market. Everybody, the stock market, per Warren Buffett's own words, the stock market is a vehicle to transfer wealth, right? Transfer wealth from the impatient to the patient. For all those individuals who ended up buying AMC at the very top, right? So if we look at quickly at the 5-day chart on TradingView, for anyone who bought way up here at $70, $63, due to that FOMO, fear of missing out, and ended up selling down here, why? Why did you sell? Because of some FUD? Don't fall into the FUD that is spreading and circulating around the space. Because again, I really, truly, wholeheartedly think AMC is going to squeeze and we're going to see a direct mirror image. Again, look how high GameStop went. By market cap, yes, it's a completely different ball game. But regardless, it reached, what was that? Nearly a $40 billion market cap back in January 27th. For AMC, we're very, very far from that. So if we look at AMC's price action and current market cap, we're at 26, still about halfway to getting to what? That peak point. So again, really, I think short term and long term, the potential is huge for AMC, and that's why I'm super bullish and excited about this stock. Now, again, I always like to be transparent, and for the ones who are just joining the stream, my entry point for AMC was $39 a share, and I refuse to sell. I am not going to sell. I'm going to continue to hold. And I'm going to keep referencing back to Trey because he actually had me on his channel way back before, his success and everything like that early on when he was just starting. He's always been a successful guy. But what Trey said in a recent video also was, know your why. Why do we hold, right? Apes together, why have we been holding AMC, right? Because I consider myself an ape. I'm someone who's doing this, understanding and knowing the technical side of things. Sure, it doesn't make much sense. But the potential for a squeeze, basically the narrative that we're trying to create here, and that is beating off the big dogs, the ones who've been controlling the market for so long. That's truly why I'm a part of this movement, and I invested my money into it, knowing that it's a risk, but I'm truly excited to see what potential reward we'll be able to see in the short and long term. Because again, some people are saying, I'm not selling for a year, I'm not selling for 5 years, I'm not selling for 10 years, right? Because they believe in AMC's, their entire foundation and their overall potential. But for me, how I'm playing it, no options calls, no call options, nothing like that. Because I know for some of you, you've made a killing already off of that. But for me, regardless, what I'm looking for is that short squeeze. And I think it's imminent. Everything is pointing towards this direction, right? If you look at AMC stock just overall and then look at the different headlines that are out there or the different news articles, so much, I say BS. It's a lot of FUD that they're just saying. You know, again, look at this Motley Fool, for example, 2 stocks that are much more likely than AMC to make you rich. Why are articles like this coming about? We put AMC, GameStop, and other meme stocks numbers to the test. Here's which ones. So let's see what MarketWatch put, because I actually really like MarketWatch. So they took the numbers to the test. Here's which ones came out on top. So they're looking at the different Wall Street bets. AMC, GameStop, Nokia are all lumped together, but are all meme stocks alike. And you are a day trader or if you're a long-term investor. Okay, so what did they get? So it looks like they put them all side by side, the meme stocks. In talk of meme stocks, there is, let's see here, there's an acronym, BANG. BlackBerry, and let's see here. BlackBerry Ltd is the first of the group of 4, which also includes AMC, Nokia, and GameStop. Bang, love it. But there are 4 other meme stocks that have a lot of recent social media buzz and trading activity that we can add to the list to make a total list of 8. Nokia, AMC, GameStop, BlackBerry, Tilray, Bed Bath & Beyond, Microvision, and COS. AMC's market cap is up more than 7-fold this year. All the listed meme stocks valuations have rocketed, although only by double digits for Nokia, Bed Bath & Beyond, and BBBY, or BlackBerry. Okay, makes sense. The boards of directors for AMC and GameStop each took advantage of the excitement among traders and sold new shares to the public to raise billions of dollars. AMC announced and completed the sale of 11.55 million new shares on June 3rd. Okay, understand that. We're with it. That's point 1. Now, AMC stock is out of touch with fundamentals, but capital raises should provide a boost, analysts say. All right, so short interest. That is the number one thing that we all need to focus on when it comes to what? When it comes to AMC and any of these things that have a potential for a short squeeze. Because again, we know the simplicity of it. AMC and any of these meme stocks, right? They can call them meme stocks. We'll go with it for now. Although I really do love the stock as a whole. I love their company. I love the King of the Apes, Adam himself, the CEO. But regardless, when we look at everything, we need to look at short interest. And shorts covering is what's going to create that squeeze, because guess what? Not only do they have to buy back shares, but they have to buy them back for more than they initially put into the stock. So what started this year's meme stock craze was an opportunity described on Wall Street Bets to create short squeeze on heavily shorted stocks. Here's the definition of shorts. Short selling and its risks. Of course, it comes with high risk. We know that. This is something that we don't need to reiterate throughout. But short selling is when an investor borrows shares and immediately sells them, hoping to buy them back later at a lower price, return them to the lender, and pocket the difference. Okay, most of you probably already knew that. Covering is when a person with a short position buys the shares to return them to the lender, hopefully to profit if the shares have gone down in the price since they were shorted, or limit the losses if they went up after being shorted. So for centuries, not centuries, but decades, tens and tens and tens of years, pretty much since the NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange, was even a thing, Wall Street, hedge funds, institutional investors, all these bigger folks, guess what they did? They short stocks to what? Create a price deficit, to start making the selling pressure occur, which people, the paper hands, individuals who don't have too much conviction in a stock or a position, start to sell off. And we see it happen time and time and time again for a lot of really good companies, unfortunately, right? Short seller reports, Citadel, you guys know what happened with Citadel back in January, right? All the different things that were controversial. But regardless, the short squeeze occurs when? A short squeeze is when many investors looking to cover short positions start buying at the same time. The buying pushes the share price higher, making short investors accelerate their attempts to cover, which sends the share spiraling higher in a frenzy. Guess what? GameStop, this occurred when? On January 21st. It all began, yes, lots of fear of missing out because of the potential for a short squeeze when Wall Street Bets came out and said they're aiming to do so. But as soon as what happened right here, we were sitting at pretty much $18, $19. We saw this initial bounce and people were like, hey, that's a short squeeze. For AMC, same thing. We saw this initial bounce. If we're looking at the 5-day chart, people were saying, hey, the short squeeze began. No, the shorts have not even started getting covered yet, folks. The shorts have not been covered yet. It is 100% just a fact. So what actually occurs when the short squeeze happens, when those shorts start covering their calls, boom, we see almost instantaneous spiraling frenzy-like price action over time. So again, if we go back to the article here that we were reading, a short squeeze is when many investors looking to cover short positions, a lot of investors looking to cover short positions start buying at the same time. That's what you and I are doing as the apes, right? As the ape community overall, as the retail investors, what we're doing right now is we're creating a buying pressure at a time that is not necessarily based off technicals or foundational. Because again, the company has been losing money month over month because of the pandemic. Movie theaters as a whole, as an entire chain, we're losing significant amounts of money. But as the shorts started getting covered, that is when we're going to see this thing, the price action is going to go pretty crazy. So you have unlimited risk if you short sell stock. You never know how high the price might go. If you buy shares outright, that is, take a long position, again, that's what you and I are doing right now when we buy AMC shares directly from the market, you have only risked the amount you invested. But if you short a stock, the risk is exponentially higher. And that's why typically the short sellers are individuals who have a lot more money than the typical retail investor like you and I. So again, if you have shorted a stock, I really love this article and that's why I'm breaking it down little by little. But again, if you have shorted a stock and its price has gone the wrong way, up, what's happening with AMC? The price is literally going the wrong way, up. Your broker might make a margin call, which means you need to deliver cash to cover the broker's risk. Short sellers are told these rules by their brokers before entering short trades. That's why they're so much more risky. And individuals who typically will short a stock are who? The folks who have a lot more money to play with than you and I, right? The retail investor, the folks that are, that have been beaten by the system for decades and decades now, if not all time. So going back to what we're reading here, short sellers are told these rules by their brokerage. Okay, but the margin requirements, can lead to short squeezes when investors run out of cash. Brokers will force sell. Key word here, the brokers will force sell shares if the required cash margin isn't maintained by the investor or trader. So the short sellers, the individuals that I keep mentioning, these institutional investors, these folks with significantly more amount of money than the typical retail investor would have, they are the ones who don't have to necessarily force sell because their portfolios and the amount of money that they have for trading, their trading power or buying power is huge. They have a lot of cash on hand. So guess what? That force selling doesn't occur. And so the short sellers start to cover what? Their shorts. So at the early stage of meme stock mania, the Wall Street Bets crew was able to buy shares of heavily shorted stocks as a group. Again, the group sizes were much smaller than they are today 6 months later. Wall Street Bets as a community is, millions and millions and millions of individuals. Way more than we were way back when, in January, only 6 months ago. The community has, exponentially grew in size. So, which drove the prices higher and even led to covering at losses by professional stock traders, Wall Street, hedge funds, institutional investors. The resulting short squeeze made a lot of money for traders whose timing was right, and the buzz has continued since then as the meme stock have bounced up and down. We've seen ups and downs. Here's the year to date chart showing the returns for the bang stocks, again, that being BlackBerry, AMC, Nokia, and GameStop. Beautiful. Look at this. Overall, held pretty strong. I would consider that more consolidation than a huge sell-off. Yes, from the peak of the initial squeeze, right? Definitely a little bit more, but look at AMC. AMC is getting ready for liftoff. Obviously, it is the one that is being targeted the most heavily out of the entire set of the Bang stocks, BANG, BlackBerry, AMC, Nokia, and GameStop. Now, how much short interest is there now for this group of 8 stocks? Those being Nokia, AMC, GameStop, BlackBerry, and then in addition, Tilray, Bed Bath & Beyond, Microvision, and COS. Okay? If you could see here, this is the percent of short interest. AMC, heavily shorted. Bed Bath & Beyond, 30% of outstanding shares are currently being shorted. The dollar amounts shows you dollars in millions. So you could see here, AMC $5.4 billion, Nokia 182 million, GameStop 3 billion. You can see the ones that exploded and are still continuing to do very, very well have the highest dollar short in millions, and also their percentages are up there. Bed Bath & Beyond following pretty closely. We can see the overall market caps of each of them. Nokia leading the way, AMC in second place, and GameStop in third. Again, as individuals who came to this chat, you are folks that are invested probably in AMC. So let's keep at it. And again, shout out to the 187 of you that are in the live stream right now. If you haven't already, please hit that like button so we can get it out to more people. The more people, the more awareness we can build around the entire community of what? AMC. Because guys, this is only the beginning. Folks are not understanding that well enough because people think, hey, when is the short squeeze going to end? Where are we headed? Guys, in my opinion, again, this is only the beginning because the shorts have not covered. It's literally, mathematically speaking, the shorts have not covered right now. Basically, this is just fear of missing out. Understand that. Get excited, folks. Say stuff in the comments. I want to see everyone say apes together strong. Go ahead, spam the chat. I really don't mind because we're going to really, again, hopefully see the short squeeze coming soon. Now to continue on the article that was published. So again, if we see here, we looked at the percent of short interests. And let me give you guys, let's see here. Quick shout out to the people in the chat. So Nergisa says, follow you from Zometica, but I didn't buy your stocks. Just followed you to watch your videos. I'm glad that you became an ape. Holding 4,700 shares at $12.21. Assalamu alaikum. Wow. Nergisa or Nazar, congratulations. You have made a killing. Yes, make the shorts, I almost just cursed. Make the shorts cover. That's what we need to happen. Shout out to Hassan, man. Definitely need the shorts to cover. So, and for anyone who's been, a few people have asked me, how do I buy AMC? You know, because a lot of people who follow me now are specifically in what? The sector of cryptocurrency. So I'm going to put a pinned comment in the section here. If you want, you can actually buy AMC on Webull. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this comment. You get 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300, potentially up to $2,300 for free. And in addition to that, guess what? You can start trading AMC. Now back to the video. So the dollar shorts figure is of interest as it gives the additional perspective of the short percentages. For example, 4.2% for Tesla shares are sold short, but that amounts to $24.2 billion in interest because the market cap is billion. In late January, when GameStop had seemingly the impossible 138% in short interest, Brad Lambsdorff, the CEO, who runs long and short investment strategies, said a short percentage of over 30 to 40% is outrageously high. At that time, we listed the 30 stocks in the S&P 500 that were shorted 25% or more. Okay, so fundamentals we don't care about. The 5-year review. First, let's look at the direction of the 8 companies' sales results over the last 5 full fiscal years. We are looking at, again, fiscal years of several of these companies, and they don't necessarily match the calendar. So you guys could see the overall annual sales. You know, again, year over year, you could see all the different things here. All right, very simple. Looking ahead for sales. What if AMC and GameStop were able to put all the money that they have raised to good use, starting from baseline of count in 2021, initial short squeeze, to get past most of the effect of the pandemic in the US? Here are some sale projections going out another 2 years from now for 2022 and 2023. If again, they're able to if they're able to use the money that they raised to good use, then really the beginning when it comes to that is, look at it, projected revenues for AMC from 2.4 billion to 4.7 billion to 5.1 billion estimated by 2023, which is again the expected change in sales over the next 2 years is over 115%. So price to further sales estimate is here 5.0. Now again, for anyone that is looking specifically for the short squeeze, it's not something that we're looking at short term. It's not something that we're looking, it's not for long term projections, none of that. All that has to happen for the short squeeze to occur, just like it happened in GameStop, is the short interest. Those, which back then was 30%. For AMC, we just discussed, the current short interest is at 21% of outstanding shares are currently shorted. We know that. But again, for the short squeeze to start occurring, what we need to see is those shorts start covering. And I feel like there's so much misunderstanding around the entire community and people saying, hey, have we already started the squeeze? Have we reached a peak? Are we done? Absolutely not, right? And the paper handlers that keep selling off when the selling pressure comes on, when FUD is spread, I'm so sorry for your losses, right? And again, always remember, not financial advice, but if this thing squeezes, it's not going to $75. It's not going to 100. If the 30% shorts have to start covering their calls, which are coming up throughout the month of June, this thing is going to literally probably go to $250, maybe $500, $750, $1,000. It depends all on what you and I do as the retail investors, how we can continue to create buying pressure. That is the ultimate goal. Create buying pressure by what? Literally holding on for dear life. HODL. That should have been the title of this video. AM squeeze is just beginning, and guess what? HODL. If you and I hold on for dear life, we hold every single share that we buy and don't worry about what happens in the media, what happens with FUD, then guess what? That's going to create buying pressure. Holding and buying. If you have buying power, continuing to buy day over day. And again, a lot of people are saying, why would I ever buy AMC at $52.58 when just 5 days ago, I could have bought it at what? $25 just last Friday, $31, $25, $26. Yes, that's true. But with the potential that it has for, going to $500, close to a 10x, a 1,000% gain over the next month, that's still considered pretty undervalued in that sense, in terms of what? A short squeeze. But regardless, why am I so excited about this? And I tell you guys, full transparency, got in at $39 a share, right? $39 a share. That is ridiculous. That means if I would have just bought in earlier in May, right? For anyone that is like me who bought in at that $39 mark, which was, let's see here. We'll just go, again, I bought it at a premium of 241%, probably 300, closer to 400% premium for my entry point for AMC. Now, as soon as the shorts start covering, like all this right now, FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out. That is literally all that's happening for the price action. No shorts have covered. People are excited for a short squeeze. Wall Street Bets community is doing their thing. They're doing what they do best, is continue to spread awareness and get people on board for AMC stock. The media is going to continue to, spread the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But as Trey said, very, very well said, Trey. And again, shout out to anyone who follows Trades. I should put his channel in the comments, or in the description. But I know all of you are probably already following him if you're true apes. But as he mentioned, Trey Collins, the host of Trey Trades, said he believes the fundamental value of the company is $20 to $25 by the end of the year, based off, recovery as a recovery play. I think he's absolutely right. But I think that most retail investors understand that this is not the true fundamental value of AMC. You and I know that as the apes. We know 100% that this is not the reason why we're investing into this. We are playing AMC solely for the short squeeze. And it's inevitable. It's going to happen based off short interest and the buying pressure that is on right now. The short squeeze should happen as long as things play out just as they should. Retail investors, we have to come together as one unit, bond together strong for the squeeze to actually start occurring. But as of right now, from the beginning, the short squeeze has not occurred, folks. You heard it here first. The short squeeze has not occurred because the shorts have not covered. You can look at Fintel, right? Let's go to fintel.io. Oh, look at this. I'm always on Zometica. And for anyone that's been commenting Zometica, we could touch on it in a little bit. But Fintel, AMC, short interest. I really like this website, just very comprehensive. But you can see their short volume ratio 17%. And we can see short shares available. There's still 1.4 million short shares available. But if we scroll down here, you guys can see the short volume ratio. They're not quitting. That's the thing about these short sellers. They don't ever quit. They don't know when to quit. But also understand institutions buying in. So that's the other thing we always have to understand. AMC, institutional ownership. Look at this right here, guys. I want you guys to focus on this because this is really, really important. Because institutions are they're not dumb. They're very, very smart, well-versed, and well-seasoned investors. Look what institutions are doing. And pay attention to this because these guys are not only shorting. Yes, they're shorting, but they're also buying. They're literally playing options, call options on this. Look at this. Since June and May, just since June 1st, they looked at all the different bullish contracts that were available, right? Bullish contracts all across. People who have call options with they have price targets 50, 100, 200, $500. Ridiculous. But look at what smart institutions are doing. These aren't no-name institutions. Vanguard, small cap value index fund. They bought 6,505,358 shares of AMC. They reported that they're still holding, and they did this June 1st. As of the first of the month, this was reported. Vanguard, guys, pay attention. Do not overlook these things because guess what? These folks right here, these are the individuals who know the market way more than you and I will ever know it. These are guys who have people who study it, data scientists, whatever. They have the funds and the availability to find individuals who are very, 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 well seasoned in this. These are people who have been around for decades and decades. Let's go down. Let's see what else. Look at this. Increase anything in green. You can see our increased position sizes. 4,000 shares for this individual one. 10 million. Vanguard small index fund for investor shares. 10 million. 773,229 shares of AMC under their small index fund investor shares. Yep, a little more high risk play, but for them, regardless, when we see these kind of things, that's pretty significant. We can't overlook these things, guys. Let's scroll down. 12 million shares. Vanguard's total stock market index fund. 12,443,219. You think they're not looking at all the bullish contracts to make these decisions to buy so many shares? Totally are. We scroll down even more. End of May. You guys are seeing these numbers just as I am. Look at this. The EQ 2000. 567,000 shares of what? Of AMC. We can't overlook these things, guys. We have to understand and appreciate what's happening. The iShares from the Russell 2000 ETF, 9,177,000 shares that they're holding for AMC. They're reporting all this because they have to. So with Fintel, we can look at this data and say, okay, if these big institutions are buying, why are we running? And guess what? A lot of them are increasing their position sizes as the price continues to run up. They're not selling. They're not paper handing. The retail investors that are paper handing AMC, they're the ones who are being hurt the most. So like right now, literally what we're seeing is the product of paper handing. Look at the 1 day, right? We were getting ready for a breakout. At the beginning, right before I started recording, I was like, wow, AMC looks like it's getting ready for breakout. It's time to stream. But paper hands, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Because if you look at the media, right now, if I put AMC stock, just Google AMC stock. That's all I'm doing. We'll scroll down. You'll see research firm raises price target on AMC stock, but still thinks it's dropping to 750. Look at that FUD. CNBC. Beef and oil investments in spotlight. So AMC says it's already had completed share offering, raising 587 million. So of course the share offering really did distract a lot of the apes and retail investors. I shouldn't say the apes. I don't think it was the apes. I think it was just the newbies, the people that are just getting introduced to AMC, and they're thinking, hey, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm kind of skeptical about getting in on this one. And a lot of people, as it was starting to peak, there was a lot of FOMO. Over the last 5 days, lots and lots of FOMO as we approached that $70 price. But $72 I think was the peak. Unfortunately, people let the media get to their heads, which is so unfortunate because There's so much room for growth. And for everyone that has limit buy orders, I hope you get those met and satisfied before the run up. I really do. I'm with you there. Now let's see what everyone is talking about in the discussion here. Let's see. Aisha, hi Ahmed Salams. Glad you jumped on AMC. I hope we get big movement soon. Yeah, me too, Aisha. I really hope so. I'm pretty excited. I am an investor now of AMC. I jumped on pretty late, but better late than never. Never late is always better. I'm quoting that from Drake. Makul Singh says, you are just promoting Shiba token, nothing else, and everyone can this. You know what I mean? Makul, I'm not sure what you're saying there. Again, if there's any troll comments, I'll try to skip over them. Sometimes I do read out loud, but what's the price at the moment? So right now, AMC price is at $51.39. Mr. Futives. Saber, Ahmed, don't think the hedgies didn't learn from GameStop. They are riding this way up. May 22nd, BlackRock about 400%. They are playing us, believe it or not. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I totally agree what you're saying there. That's why I'm showing all the institutional holders and everything from the Fintel data that we just looked at. Look at these big institutions and the hedgies as well. They are BlackRock, Vanguard. A lot of the bigger institutions are buying in. They have bought in, or they disclosed their position sizes, which is pretty amazing to see. 10 million shares of AMC from one of Vanguard's ETFs. Like, that's very high risk, yes, but they know the reward potential, and these individuals know better than you and I do. So let's see. What up, Pop? It's been a while. Jose, how you doing, man? BNGO is moving today. Yeah, we can look at some of these other stocks in a little bit, but again, the big focus today is AMC. And again, I'm hoping we see breakout throughout the market day today, because before we close, I'm hoping the shorts start to cover their calls, their shorts. I'm really hoping that happens. Possible run up in the afternoon. RCL, absolutely, my friend. Why not? I'm really excited, and I think again the potential is definitely there for a run up. As soon as these shorts can start, enough FUD. I'm just hoping some positive news comes out. We need more positive news. So let's see what else we got. Chase, I love you too, man. Cool kids. Can't invest into AMC. It's not halal. So as a cinema chain, cool. I mean, you could maybe enlighten me a little bit, but I'd want to know, what about a movie theater makes it not? Chuck Loney, what's the flag to sell after the sneeze happens? Oh, the squeeze, you mean? So there's really no flag, Chuck. And having an exit strategy is always the smart thing to do, 100%. Always a smart thing to do is having an exit strategy and exit point. I'm not a person that likes to, encourage, but know at what point are you going to be happy with your gains? Is it 100% gains, 200%, 300%, 400%? At what point are you happy? How I play things, the basic, I think this is like one of stock investing 101. This is the simple way to do it. Once you double your money in anything, once you double your money, I always say take your initial investment out and leave the rest to ride the wave. Because of all the volatility and buying pressure right now with AMC, say you put in $10,000 and you did this a week ago. It's more than doubled now. If you take out 10,000, you still have 10,000 in AMC, but your risk is zero. From your own pocket, your risk is at zero. So I always say, if you ever get to even close or doubling your money, the easiest thing to do, depending on your risk tolerance. If you're not worried about risk and you're someone who is investing money that you're willing to lose, say $100,000 is play money for you, you put it in and you're just going to let it rip through all the different barriers, $100 price targets that some people have, $200, $500, $1,000. I've even seen $100,000. Right? And I think people are playing it as a joke, but if that ever happens, that's insane. So many millionaires will be made, but of course, even if it gets to $500, a lot of millionaires will be made because people did invest a significant amount of money into AMC, knowing that it has a lot of risk coming with it. So that's something else we need to, and look at this, a little bit of a breakout right now. If we look at the, pretty nice. So it looks like $50. So what we need to see is, again, to know for an entry point. People are asking about exit strategies, but we have to also look at entry points. What are good entry points for AMC? So right now, at $50.78, looks like maybe it's a potential support line because we bounced pretty strongly off of that, and now we're at 52.48. So it all depends. We'll see what happens, but as of right now, we know a strong support line is at what? 48.75, 48.75-ish. Yep, we hit that twice. So if we see it hit one more time, 48.75, you can all be very comfortable in saying what? That is a good entry point for AMC at $48.75. Let's see. Ahmed, make Hajj to purify. I really hope it is. I mean, maybe I need to do my own research on that, on 5-star. Oh, man. If only. He's not making profit now. If bought at 39. Yeah, I'm not looking to sell at all. I did buy at $39. I made that very clear at the very beginning. So I bought at $39, but I'm holding strong. And, you know, initial investment will be going out once I double, but I'm going to continue to let the rest ride the wave, always. Jonathan, how are you doing, my man? Ahmed, does Shiba have the potential to go as big as what you've been claiming in your videos? Because in your WhatsApp, you seem to point otherwise, unless it wasn't you in that WhatsApp. Yeah, Eddie, I do not use WhatsApp. That is definitely not me. I'm sorry to say that. I'm not a person who... All those comments that you see about WhatsApps and that kind of thing, those are all scammers in the comments. You guys need to pay attention. Do not let those scammers get to you. They're all over every single person's YouTube channel, and they're plaguing the YouTube space. But yes, be extremely cautious and careful. Do not get scammed. I'm not a person who've been saying anything like that in the WhatsApp. I've just been talking about the potential for Shiba Inu and other stocks alike for the short term and long term in terms of the potential catalyst that they have incoming. When can it hit 100K silvers? So there's some really good videos out there talking about AMC to 100,000. And basically, again, it would be, if it gets to 100,000 by market cap, like that number is astronomical. It's really insensible. But if people keep buying it up, people keep holding, and nobody sells AMC, which is abnormal, right? No market does that. There always is. It's trading. That's what this market is called. It's a trader's market. You buy and sell, and that's how people profit. They buy at a lower point, sell at a higher point. But for AMC, if it keeps squeezing, and it keeps going, and shorts having to keep covered because people are going to continue to short it as the price gets higher and higher and higher. The shares that are available for shorting are always going to be there, right? So as the price goes higher, the probability of shorting becomes higher as well because people know whatever comes up ultimately has to come down. So for GameStop, you know, when it was way up here at $340, $350, $400, the short amounts were insane because people played it knowing, hey, this thing needs to sell off at some point. And that's going to happen regardless. Things can't just continue to move up without coming at least a little down. So that's why with short interest and short sellers, at some point, things will come down. And that's why I always say have your exit strategy and exit point. For me, I always say double up, let it fly, and then I'll probably set a trailing stop loss once I'm like, hey, I made a killing out of this, so let me just take advantage of that and secure my profits. Trailing stop losses, my favorite thing. Favorite thing. So right now it looks like, again, starting to break out, approaching that $53 mark. So let's see where it happens at 9:48. Late to the game. I love the username because he says I bought AMC at 9:48. I'm guessing 9:48 a.m. or at $9.48. Because if it's at $9.48, my man, you are not late to the game. You are early. And shout out to the 286 people that are in the stream right now. If you haven't already, please like the stream so we can get it out to more people. Because again, the more people that are listening and watching, hopefully the more people will understand the potential short-term and long-term for AMC. Because again, I think we're only getting started with this one and the shorts have not covered yet. So the short squeeze hasn't even started. So understand that as well. I'm doing great. I wish I got into AMC when it was at 38 though. Yeah, I got in at 39. Most people were saying, hey, you got in late. But better late than never. Better late than never. Guys, he knows what to do. Ahmed, what is your point of view on SHIB price by year's end? I'm asking you because your videos inspire me a lot, man, just to know. Again, I never wanna sell like a pipe dream, right? So for me, it's always understanding. This is what I say, regardless of price predictions. If it 10x's, if it 100x's from the current price for AMC or Shiba Inu, because I know a lot of the SHIB army is in the chat right now. Regardless, all I'm trying to tell everybody is, simply put, if again it's 10 people if it 10x's or it 100x's from its current price point, we need to understand that always put in money that you're willing to lose, because I don't want anyone to get hurt, right? I can't tell you whether to buy or sell anything, right? I'm not a financial advisor, wealth management advisor. That's not who I am. I'm a pharmacist who typically likes pharmaceutical companies, but I diversified out of it because I found a lot of potential for gains outside of the pharmaceutical stock realm. Because like any sensible trader, diversification is key. So again, I always say, if something is going to 10x or 100x, regardless, know at what points you want to take profit and know at what points you're willing to close out your position when the losses start to hurt too much. So that's the whole idea or understanding behind the words. Invest money that you're willing to lose. It's not that you're actually willing to lose that money. No, that's not the right understanding. It's being able to stomach once it's all the way up to $57, right, for AMC, or it's up to $72 and it comes all the way down to $39. You're able to stomach that because the money that you have invested is not money that's going to affect your day-to-day living situation. If you have money invested that will affect your day-to-day living situation, then guess what? You're going to paper hand out of your position and lose money and get burned and then regret it so much thereafter. So that's really what I have to say there. I hope it wasn't too much beating around the bush, but again, I think easily these things can 10x. $500 for AMC, very possible. Again, 98, 99, 100 Satoshi units for Shiba Inu, very possible as well. James F says, are you out of Zometica? Absolutely not. I am holding every single one of my Zometica shares that I've talked about, and I'll make an update video pretty soon because I'm always very transparent on my channel. I like to share with you guys my position sizes, my positions. So I'm still holding strong. And one thing that people aren't realizing is Zometica too. The fact that, again, yesterday had some decent price movement, right? Because it's one that has a pretty big short interest. If you go on Fintel, you can look at the short interest data. Pretty dang impressive. 30 to 40% interest, short interest right now. So the short squeeze is possible for that one as well. So we'll cover that as the time comes about. But right now for AMC, just hoping to continue to see, the breakout here this afternoon after 12. And once it starts, guys, hopefully it's not going to ever slow back down. Because right now, all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt has been brushed off. So Patricia says, don't invest your damn rent. Very well said, Patricia. Don't invest your rent, folks. Do not put money into the market that you're not willing to lose, because that's the kind of stuff that you'll end up getting burned by. Always do your own research. Don't only listen to me. Don't only listen to another YouTube channel. Always do your own research and, make those decisions. In the Hilla, we live. My man, how are we doing? If you guys haven't already, In the Hilla is a pretty cool podcast. He's someone that I'm subscribed to, dear friend of mine. So go ahead, check out his channel. Right here, In the Hilla. Shout out to you, man. Kenny, is $500 and ship good? It all depends on, I don't know your financial situation, Kenny. I can't tell you whether something is good or bad. If you're a millionaire, $500 is great. If you're a billionaire, $500 is probably too little, right? It all depends on really what kind of money you're playing with. But for me, I just always hold a position size that I'm willing to, again, sacrifice. If I lose it, I'm not going to be upset. Same, still holding Zometica. Cabrina says still holding. Yeah, I'll give you guys the Zometica updates. I mentioned that the new VP was appointed for the company, and I published that video maybe about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now. So just waiting for news, guys. Waiting for news. Cool says, is it a good idea to buy AMC now? Best entry point. So Cool. Very, very good comment there. So he's asking about an entry point for Zometica. Or not Zometica, AMC. So right now, if we look at the price action, we don't have anything solid. But for basic fundamentals and technicals, what we want to look at is where did the price bounce off of, at what price points. And you guys can see one point right here, 48.92, 48.73, 48.76, 48.76. So we can confidently say AMC stock right now, as of just today's trading day, it seems like that 48.76 mark that's not a triple point, it's a quadruple point. So we could say that is a strong level of support right at that price point. So if it pulls back down $4 more to 48.76, that is a fantastic entry point in my opinion. Okay, so of course you can ultimately make your own decision there, but again, simply put, you can see those entry points right there. Quadruple touch points right here. Not triple. Triple is where people get confidence. Double, okay, that's a decent support line. Triple, all right, I'm digging it. Quadruple, hey, that's a good entry point. So if it pulls back down to 48.70, as long as no more FUD happens, because you see what happens with fear, uncertainty, and doubt, it pushes things down. And there's also resistance marks, right? So again, 48.76. I should make that part of the title, 48.76. Yep. So just wanted to make sure you guys are all aware of that. AMC holding support. SAC, my man, yes sir. It's doing pretty good. I'm really happy to see how the price action's going. And the shorts have not even started to cover. So let's have at it. Let's see where it goes. AMC been holding support. Apostle says, where do you buy it, please? AMC. And Khalid, yes I am. I am Sudanese. I am from Sudan. And let's see here. Apostle, if you click my pinned comment, so I wrote get here, I'm gonna rephrase that real quick. I'm gonna say buy AMC on Webull. I personally bought my AMC shares on Webull, and I also use TD Ameritrade, but buy AMC on Webull, and also get your 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300 because I am an affiliate of Webull's. So I really appreciate what they're allowing me to offer you all as viewers and supporters, but at the same time they also incentivize that by giving me a free stock, and you get 2 free stocks when you deposit your first $100 to the brokerage. So I'm going to put this here and I'm going to pin it for you guys so you guys get your 2 free stocks. I had one person that told me on the Discord that they got a Facebook stock from my link. So that was pretty cool. Of course, for me, that it really excited me, and I'm hoping that more people get those kind of opportunities. So if you don't use Webull, check it out. I know there was a huge shift from Robinhood to Webull, from Robinhood to TD Ameritrade, Robinhood to all the different ones, Fidelity. So people started getting out of that one just because of all the things that happened back in January where trading was halted. That was a pretty big issue, of course, that really ticked off a lot of people. But regardless, you guys can see, for entry points, wonderful entry points at 48.76. So for today, I haven't been considering increasing my position size in AMC. I wanted to have 100 shares of AMC. That was my goal. But at current value, that is a lot of money. So yeah, haven't really reached that goal quite yet. But for all of you who have, I saw some people who said they have 1,000 shares, 5,000 shares. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I'm hoping that we're going to all make a killing and, again, take this one not to the moon, not to Mars. We're taking AMC to Pluto. That is the goal, ultimately. Only the beginning. So I love seeing the chart. The chart is it's just simply beautiful. Look at this. It was at $9 for all the people who were bag holding from way back. Look at this. People thought this was the squeeze. Isn't that hilarious? Like, to everybody. At some point, $20 for AMC was, wow, I can't believe I bought it at $20. Now everyone says, I wish I bought it back at $20. And that's how the stock market goes. That's how things go. Remember, it's always a vehicle. The market as a whole. I want you guys to continue to, live by this, listen to it, embrace it. The stock market, per Warren Buffett's words, if there's one thing that you got out of the stream, one thing, guys, let me get a little serious with you all. If there's one thing that I want you all to take away from this stream, is understanding the fact that the stock market as a vehicle, the cryptocurrency market, typically speaking, any market, it is a vehicle to transfer wealth from those who are impatient to those who are patient. Understanding that concept and understanding what it means to be a diamond-handed individual, having diamond hands, it's not an easy concept to grasp. It's one of the toughest things to do because it's hard. It's hard to stomach when things go down, because when things are green and going up, we are envisioning this, this thing that's going to literally continue to skyrocket and it's never going to end. But when things pull back, we're not prepared for that. Psychologically, we don't have that preparation. And when preparation meets opportunity, we know where that leads. Preparing and understanding what it means to truly be a diamond-handed individual, that's what will successfully take individuals from being down here to one day becoming way, way up here. My pleasure, folks. Really appreciate all the comments. Webull is great. Don't make the mistake I made getting AMC on Robinhood, y'all. Shout out to Kenny. Damn, Eli in the same boat. I'm still on Robinhood. Love seeing it, guys. One more thing I want to share with you all. Also, in addition to the price action, which right now it's looking good. I want to break $53 and hold it up there. If we can go back to 65, 66 before the end of the day, I'm just hoping before market closes tonight. I'm hoping we get back to all-time highs somehow, some way, because the momentum then leading up to next week is going to be phenomenal. Now, real quick here, I want to show you guys stock market psychology. It seems like I bring this up on every stream and for Reddit. I bring this up pretty often, yes, I won't lie about that. But guys, I love this schematic. This right here, I think, is the most beautiful depiction of the overall stock market and the psychology and the emotion, greed and fear cycle that come with it. So shout out to the person on Reddit who posted this. Loving it. So, real quick here, because the same thing happens with AMC. Valuation on the y-axis, time is on the x-axis. All right? And you could see literally the same thing. We'll look at AMC stock price, and we're going to see pretty much the same exact thing. Okay? Let's look at the 6-month chart. All right. Back to Reddit. The left-hand side, that's what they call smart money. That's the old school kind of money. Yeah, don't know. No need to spam, my man, but I wouldn't consider it that. So, anywho, smart money on the left. Institutional investors is in the awareness phase. That's when they get in on it, right? Stealth phase, the awareness phase, mania phase, and then the blow off phase. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So, what you and I need to do as retail investors is understand, where is this mania phase? We need to understand and ensure that we start getting in on plays before the mania phase. Now, for anything that short squeezes, anything that forgoes a short squeeze, hold on, let me mute this guy in the, sorry about him. Let me, oh, give me 1 sec here. All right, enough, hopefully enough of that spamming. Anywho, so real quick here before we go back to the price action and look at that. So there's the, let me silence that, sorry, that was my alarm. So the stealth phase, this is when a stock begins to take off. Always during the awareness phase, when institutional investors start hopping in, the initial sell-off comes about because they'll take profits. Because they got in way over here right before the takeoff. And again, because they have information and data that we don't have access to. Those are folks that have a lot more, awareness and a lot more data, and individuals who have been doing this for a really long time. There's the first sell-off. This is what we call a bear trap. Because the first sell-off is when the paper hands think, oh, I'm looking to get in, but it looks like maybe it's not truly worth the investment, and it doesn't look like it has the fundamentals. You know, there's so much uncertainty, not really sure. So the initial bear trap occurs. But now media attention happens. AMC right now is on every single headline across the nation. Market Watch, CNBC, CNN, literally it is everywhere. Media attention arises, and so does enthusiasm. But then, this is the window you and I need to focus on. There begins this idea of greed. Ah, man, I doubled my money. Nah, I don't want to just double my money. I want to triple my money. I want to quadruple my money. I want to just keep going with it. Can you kick him? Yeah, let me see if I can time him out. There we go. I think I did it. Sorry about that, spammer. I just put him in, I put him in timeout. Okay. All right. So the greed happens. So it's like, nah, man, I don't want to just double my money. I want a 10 exit. I want a 100 exit. I want a 1000 exit, right? So that's when the delusions start to happen. You start fogging, and that's why I always tell everybody, know your exit strategy. You need to know that before all of this here, right? When the enthusiasm and media attention begins, this is when you and I need to understand, okay, what is our exit strategy? What is our exit point? At what point am I going to start taking profits off the top? And I'm comfortable there. Do not let greed and delusion blind you, folks. That is the worst thing that you can do to yourself, especially with AMC. Do not let that happen. So then at the very peak, at the very top, right? Happened with GameStop, way up here. We're on a new paradigm. All the individuals, the Wall Street bets folks were saying, oh, we're going to $1,000. That's going to happen tomorrow. So guess what? More people started buying in at that $350, $400 mark. We know it picked up more than that. It was $450. It was approaching $500. There's this new paradigm. We're taking over the world. Retail investors all day. Woohoo. Yes, that is possible. But the likelihood of that continuing for a prolonged period of time is very slim. Because ultimately, institutions, hedgies, the hedge funds will end up winning. Maybe not at the very beginning. We'll fight this fight strong for a really long period of time. We'll get that squeeze going. It's going to happen with AMC. The squeeze is going to happen. But then, once we reach that new paradigm, guess what's good. You don't want to wait for that. You don't want to wait for the tippy top. We don't know where the tippy top is. But no, at some point, you understand, this definitely seems like it's ridiculous and I need to take some profits, but I don't want to. I'm going to continue to diamond hand it. Diamond handing is here, not up here. So there's the denial and then returning back to normal. All right, AMC, the short squeeze has ended. AMC is going back down, down, down. We're going to probably see it back to, true valuation, $20. And that's when we see the continued sell-off. Fear, capitulation, and despair. Fear, capitulation, despair. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Man, I bought it up here, but I need to sell. I need to cut my losses. But at some point, you had 4, 5, 6, 7, 800% gains. Why did you decide not to take some profits off the top? Because of what? Greed, delusion, and, being blind. And I don't want any of you, none of you as apes, none of you as retail investors to get burned. And that's why you need to always have your exit strategy. We will take this one to the moon. Yes, we will take this one to Pluto. It's going to happen. The squeeze is going to happen. But learn from history. History repeats itself, right? Learn what happened to GameStop. So how much did it squeeze up, from the beginning to the top? It went up 800%. Can the same thing happen for AMC? Absolutely. Will it probably happen? In my opinion, absolutely. But then understand, don't let that greed take away from the fact that you made a killing. If you made double your initial investment, that 1x, right? That 100% gain or return, accept the fact, or it's a 2x actually, accept it, take some profits off the top, reduce your risk tolerance, and keep the rest in to ride to the moon, guys. Keep it going. Because at some point in time, regardless of whatever stock ends up coming back to reality and goes back to the mean, right? I'm not a bear. I'm a bull. I'm a bull. Especially that I am super, super excited I'm super, super excited for what AMC has to offer and a lot of the stocks. But let's look at any other stock. Someone name a stock right now. Put a stock in the section here. Let's see what anyone says. Yes, go to Webull. Hey, I just got here. I got AMC on Robinhood. Should I move it to Webull? I'm new to this. Pleasure meeting you. Luis, it takes time to transfer stocks, by the way, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend you transfer it at the time because the short squeeze it's inevitable and it's going to probably happen at any moment. So my opinion is do not transfer because transferring can take up to 2 weeks. Instead, just if you're looking to open new positions, maybe look at Webull as a potential brokerage. But 1 second here, guys. I want to say, where were we? Real quick, BB, Ocugen, Senseonics, Neo. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use 2 examples. I'm going to use Senseonics, Sens. Sens, right now, there was just some really good data that came out for the 180-day sensor. But regardless, good. It's going to be a good example. Look at the chart. Look at the chart, folks. 2021, we started off the year with the entire pharmaceutical stock market just going crazy, right? This thing, look at this. Look at this stock market psychology 101. It took off. Enthusiasm, greed, and delusion. All the way at 527. This thing is going to $100. You know, all these crazy price predictions. And then fear, capitulation, and despair. From the price, the top, sold off, saw more of a sell-off, and even more of a sell-off over the last few months. And then at some point, if we draw a line, so literally following this, going back to the mean, right? Regression towards the mean, basic statistics, basic economics, I don't know. Just again, it's the basics of it. If you draw a line here over the last 6 months, at healthy growth, you know, we're kind of approaching back to that mean. Very good price action still, regardless from year end. In the last 6 months, we're up 642%. But look at the price action and how closely it follows the stock market psychology cycle. What else did you guys say? Neo stock. Real quick here. Neo is doing pretty well. I'm loving the fact that it's over $40 again. But let's look at the 1 year chart. Same thing. EVs, media attention, enthusiasm. Oh, we're flying. We're going to the moon, folks. It kept going and going and going. I loved it. $62. Return to normal. Fear, capitulation, despair. EVs are not as hype as people think they are. Boom. Down 50% from the peak. But then guess what? At some point, the diamond handers are able to what? Especially the ones who were invested early on. They're able to stomach those losses. And then we, at some point, do bounce back to planet Earth. Not the moon and not Pluto. Short squeezes and things alike. Overall market hype, it gets us way up top. Sorry, let me put this other person to timeout. What's up with the spammers today, huh? Man, figure it out. All right. What else did everyone say? Tesla. One more stock. Tesla. I just want to show you guys one more time. It's crazy, but it's just the truth. Same exact thing. Even Tesla. A strong company with a $571 billion valuation. Sorry about that. Just flinched there too. But regardless, look how closely it follows. Maybe the peaks and troughs are not as high. But regardless, look at Tesla. 883. Tesla's going to 2,000. Came back down to planet Earth and it cooled down. The reality of things, guys, is that typically speaking, a healthy market moves very much, yes, not exponentially, but in a more linear fashion. But at some point, the cool-off does occur. And I mean, the acceleration does occur, and it cools off always, always, always. And it's going to happen with any stock, including AMC. So know your exit strategy, know your exit points. But I'm excited to see where this thing goes. I really think this is only the beginning. The short squeeze has not even happened yet. I was hoping that throughout the stream we were going to see some great price action. But keep your eye on AMC one more time, because people kept asking me about entry points. Entry points, entry points, entry points. So if we look here at the 1 day chart, we could see quadruple touching. So 48.92, 48.78, 48.73, 48.76-ish. 48, 75, 76. This point right here, everyone that is watching, that is looking to potentially get into AMC, based off what we're seeing just in intraday trading today, 48, 73, 75, 76-ish is a very, very solid entry point, because we now have a very good support line right around there. It keeps bouncing right off of that. So again, never financial advice. I always want to put you guys on the plays that I'm in. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I have been covering cryptocurrencies very, very heavily. But, you know, again, I think it's only the beginning. Yeah, I don't know what's up with these guys that are in the section here. So I'm not going to even answer the question. But for everyone that just knows, yep, that's all it is. So again, I appreciate every single person for tuning into the live stream today. We did just exceed over an hour. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I'll keep continuing to cover all the stocks that I possibly can. Have been focused on Shiba Inu. So for the SHIB army that came in today, let's look at Shiba Inu's price action real quick. Shiba Inu coin market cap. It's been kind of red today. Yeah, 8.7 Satoshi units. So again, not anything too significant, but lots of catalysts upcoming for this one. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. And until next time, AMC Apes family. We're going to see a short squeeze soon, hopefully. Keep investing.